There are two such constituencies, of course, that everyone's going to be focusing on. One is Unnao, where you had that horrifying rape case that everyone was talking about. The Congress has, of course, fielded the mother of the Unnao rape survivor with that slogan that they've put out, Priyanka Gandhi leading, saying, "Ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon." As far as Lakhimpur Kheri is concerned, few months ago we all saw what happened in Lakhimpur Kheri, where a farmers' protest was taking place, and then there was the incident of farmers being mowed down, in which the main accused is Union Minister Ajay Mishra Theni's son, Ashish Mishra Theni. He's out on bail, remember, and the timing of it is something that the BJP could perhaps be worried about. Let me tell you exactly how Lakhimpur Kheri had voted the last time around. It was an absolute sweep by the BJP in this particular area. So if I go to Lakhimpur right now in 2017 and show you the results, it speaks volumes of how the BJP really performed. 48% of the votes went, in fact, to Yogesh Verma of the BJP. So if you look at that particular breakdown of, in fact, the 2017 results, and again, I'll take you through Lakhimpur here to show you exactly what that meant with regards to polling percentage. It was 48% for the BJP in Lakhimpur. Is that a record that they can hold on to is the question. And Milind Sharma is joining us live from Lakhimpur with more on that. Milind, it comes down to perhaps whether voters decide that, we're going to vote based on what played out in October in our area, in our region. The farmers' protest, the subsequent mowing down and killing of farmers in that peaceful agitation, or whether it's the caste factor that remains the dominant issue.
Well, that is one of the major points of contention when we talk about the 8 seats of Lakhimpur Kheri that are going into these elections. But the seat that you just spoke about, Akshita, that's the Lakhimpur Sadar seat, wherein Yogesh Verma has been fielded once again from the BJP side, and that particular constituency has a large voter base of Vermas who vote over there. In fact, we were told that always a candidate, whoever is fielded from the SP candidate from there is from the Verma caste community. So that is going to be a tough contest from the Lakhimpur Sadar. Where we are right now is the Ninghasan seat, where Ashish Mishra Monu, as well as father Ajay Mishra Theni, the MOS home, will be voting from. This particular seat will definitely see a tough contest in the light of the farmers' protest that we have seen and the horrific incident where farmers were run over by his son's car. He's out on bail at the moment. That also happened between these particular phases of election.
Right.
And whether or not that resonates with the voter is a big question, because caste combination is also very strong here. There are 80,000 Dalit votes, there are 65,000 Muslim votes, there are about 40,000 such Brahmin votes in this area, and that would perhaps form a major combination of votes for the BJP and Samajwadi candidates fielded here. But the big question is there are also about 20,000 odd Sikh votes, and the Kisan Andolan on the 3 farm laws were largely spearheaded by, from the Sikh farmer contention. Even the UP farmers in the entire issue resonated much in this particular belt where farmers are. But it's not just farming issues per se on the 3 farm laws. People have been talking about the stray cattle issue, because after the Cow Slaughter Act was enacted in this particular UP government, there weren't enough gaushalas that were built, and that's why stray cattle started eating crops of the farmers. That seems to hit them where it hurts the most.
That's an important point, yes.
Is trying to mitigate this issue by spending his own money, but that's not happening. This region also happens to be flood prone, Akshita. So issues certainly there, but whether they'll vote on these issues or on the caste lines or on the Lakhimpur Kheri incident overall. We tried to speak to voters. Just briefly, I'll tell you, no one wants to talk about the entire farmer protest and people being run over and killed here. Not a single voter wants to talk about it. So that itself gives us a message on what may go down here.
Is that telling then of the issues that matter to them, and have they already forgotten what played out in Lakhimpur just a few months ago? We'll know, of course, on March 10th. But one point also that Milind made about the issue that really matters in the farmer belts of Uttar Pradesh, that is stray cattle, and that's come up really time and again in this election season, with the Prime Minister also referring to it in his recent rally, because he's realized perhaps, and the BJP has realized, that this is an issue that's resonating amid the farming community. Let's cut across to the latest update as far as the voter turnout in Uttar Pradesh Pradesh in phase 4 is concerned. Overall, the latest voter turnout in UP recorded by the Election Commission is at 9.10%. If you break that down constituency-wise, the highest voter turnout so far has been reported in Pilibhit and in Lakhimpur Kheri, where we just got you that report, with over 10% voting being registered in these two constituencies. Let's hope that, with the hours as it goes by, that number keeps going up and a healthy voter turnout is registered. It's usually in these parts of rural Uttar Pradesh that you see people taking, of course, their voting rights very, very seriously. And that's a trend that we've seen being followed as well. This time around, what really plays out as far as voter turnout is concerned, we'll have to see. But over 10% voting has been recorded in parts of Pilibhit as well as Lakhimpur Kheri.